sailed out to the end of the long fjord and into the open sea. The cold east wind blew on it. The oarsmen shipped their oars and hauled up the sail. The great square sail was red and gold, with the crest of Noggin and the face of Nuka. And the wind blew on the sail and filled it until the ropes were tight, and the ship cut through the dark water, as swift as a seagull riding the wind. Through all that day, the east wind bore the ship on. And through the night, hull down, it rode before the wind. And the helmsman lashed the rudder to hold the helm to the North Star. And the little band of Nogs sat round their stove in the canvas cabin and made hot buttered toast. All the next day and all the next night, the wind blew them on. And not a sight or a sound of anything but sea and sky did they see. And the next day the wind dropped slightly, the sun came out and it was really quite hot. So the warriors took off their boots and dangled their feet in the water. Ooh, that's cold. And they had sardines for lunch, and everybody was gay and happy, because Gracchus said they were well on their way, and if the wind kept up they would soon reach the land of the Nooks. But as the sun set that night, great black clouds came up, and suddenly the wind seemed to come from all directions at once. And as the oarsmen pulled the sail down in case the ship capsized, great waves sprang up around them, tossing the little ship about like a cork. The lightning flashed, the thunder roared, and the Nogs sat huddled round their stove and prayed that the ship would not sink. Care for a ship's biscuit, Gracchus?
Oh, well, no, thank you, Noggin. As a matter of fact, I'm not feeling any too well.
Oh, my dear bird, whatever's the matter?
A touch of seasickness, I think. You know, it really is rather rough, and I feel a bit of...
And Gracchus toppled over and lay still in the bottom of the boat. Oh dear, Gracchus has fainted. They picked the bird up and made a little bed for him in the corner of the cabin. Gracchus lay there with his eyes closed, looking greener than ever. The dawn came, the storm blew past, and all was calm. The oarsman hoisted the sail and looked at it. But no wind came to fill the sail. It hung limp on the mast, and the ship stayed where it was, still in a calm, still sea. We must row. Lower the oars and row. The oarsman lowered the oars and sat by them.
Which way, Noggin?
How do you mean, which way?
Which way do you want us to row?
Well, which way were we going?
I don't know.
They looked to the sky, and they looked to the sea, but there was nothing to tell them which way to row. Oh dear, we'll have to ask Gracchus. Gracchus was still lying on his bed, quite unconscious. They tried to wake him up, but he just muttered silly things.
I'll have smoked salmon, please. No more mud till Wednesday, do you mind?
And went off to sleep again.